Hello, everyone.
Welcome back to Super Sellout Bros. This week we're going to be doing Dragon Age Inquisition as part of the Ronku program with EA.
Yeah. Everyone say thank you to Will.
Yeah, shoutouts to Will. Hashtag thanks Will.
Hashtag thanks Will. Hashtag, guys, Will is the YouTube sheriff. He is that, like, he's like the Jedi of the YouTube world.
Yeah, but Dragon Age Inquisition starts right now.
Oh, wait, hold on. Before you do that, special thank you to Dan Jones for the awesome new thumbnails we got.
Yeah, man, that's real.
Yeah.
Let's get started. All right, so here we are, back in the thick of it.
We got invited to go to EA headquarters to play this game.
Yeah, they had like a cool...
This is our own footage. This is me playing.
Yeah, they had a cool event. They sat us down. They put a splitter on, and we sat and we played through Dragon Age 3. And they said that this was about... well, it's actually Dragon Age Inquisition, but it's the third Dragon Age game.
Yeah.
They said that we were about 35% of the way through the game at this point.
Yeah.
Right? And just for full disclosure, we edited this video a little bit just to...
for time's sake.
Yeah, for time's sake, just to minimize.
We filmed for about 2 hours, so we tried to optimize as best as we could.
Parts of it are going to be sped up. Parts of it are going to be skipped a little bit.
Just for time's sake, because there's a lot going on.
And we had to edit out a few spoilers.
Yeah.
But let's talk about the game. So this forest itself... well, I don't know. Where should we start? We should start with...
Well, let's talk about combat first, since we're visually...
Actually, I just want to talk really quick about, like, just, like, the history of Dragon Age a little bit, because it's a little bit interesting. So, like, this game is kind of like a blending of the two games, because Dragon Age originally was on the PC, and it had this sort of, like, overhead strategy system that worked really well with the mouse. And then the second one was much more like a step towards Mass Effect, because it's also BioWare.
Yeah.
Same developers as Mass Effect. And I guess that was working for them. I can't like speak to why they decided to change it. I really enjoyed Dragon Age 2. Some people who liked the first game, especially after it moved to consoles and got rid of that battle system.
I just had to say, I don't like any of them. And this is the first one that I like really got to enjoy.
Yeah. So this one is like kind of like a blending of the two. Like it's really cool. Like you can play as any of your characters. They're all like very customizable. The woman who's there at the event was talking about like how like at the end of the game, like by the time you're done, it's gonna end up feeling like, you know, you really have a relationship with the characters that are in your party because they're very customizable and like you're very able to like. You know, just spec them out however you want.
In case
we collected a lot of Rash
the completionist in me, every time I saw something that was collectible, you can bet that I took some time aside to pick it up.
Yeah, so great. So basically, how this works, we're in Emerald Graves is the name of this place, and I believe that the game is, it feels like an open world game, but there's like a lot of little like different areas that are like just big open world areas. I think there's about 10 of them, if I remember correctly from some of the other press coverage I've seen about this game. But the whole point of this is that it's like a very deep area and it's very pretty and it just kind of like shows both those things. And it really sold me. Like we were just playing on a PC, like, you know, normal size screen, none of that like movie theater business or anything like that. It was just like, you know, like a regular size screen. We were sitting like fairly close to it in an office and it looks great. Like, I don't know.
You know, it's funny. On the screen, here's the thing, though. On the screen we were playing, it did not look that great. I have to admit, I did not like the way it was looking. However, looking back at this footage now, I feel like I played a different game.
Yeah, like
because visually, it transferred over way better in the recording.
The lighting is like really good. Like, look at that lighting there. And like sometimes when you like run through the trees, like in contrast to a game like Skyrim for me, right? Like Skyrim is like a very big, huge game that's like very open, and as a result, you kind of like make some sacrifices to like scale and stuff like from mountains and stuff like that. But this game, because it's not like trying to do a whole world at once, you're able to like walk through these environments that are like
yeah, there were no loading times. There were everything was already loaded, which was nice.
That aside, like even just like the trees are like really big trees. Yeah. Like if every tree was that big in Skyrim, like Skyrim would have to be like 10 times the size. But this is like a situation where you're able to feel that scale, and you're able to like really feel like the world is open, but maybe it's not like, a giant open world where the experience isn't so produced. And that's attractive to me. Like, there's a story to this game. There's like, and the story informs like every aspect of the game, which is cool.
So this map right here kind of shows our objectives right now. I really had no idea what I was doing half the time. And it took me almost towards the end of us playing to kind of realize.
Yeah, we decided we wanted to do like a hands-off, like, just like we wanted to like be in our own little world and like try and experience the game. And so yeah, we were like lost for a little bit of the time, but like for most of the time, like
well, so what's happening right now, from what you guys can't tell, in the top left corner, you can probably hear it, but your party has conversations. They talk to one another depending on where you are at certain moments, and I found that really fascinating, just kind of being there, and they went ahead and they have open conversations with one another about what's going on in their world.
And the thing that's good about this this party that we have here for this playthrough of the game is that there's one of each
type.
Yeah, there's a mage, there's a rogue, and there's a warrior. And
there's the Inquisition, the assassin kind of guy who we're playing right now.
I think that's the rogue. I think he's also a rogue.
Well, what do you call a ranged guy? A ranger?
Yeah, I think that there's just two types of rogues.
Okay.
Yeah. So in this forest, there's two factions. There's the Freemen and the Fairbanks, and you're trying to kill the leader of the Freemen. We did not get anywhere close to that, I don't think.
No, we went to a base to find some information.
But we did it. There's other like dungeons and stuff here. There's like the Fade Rifts that you had to close. So that's cool.
I'm sorry if this looks. I have to apologize. I'm sorry if this looks kind of boring in terms of progression, because
he was literally just like exploring, looking around.
I didn't know what to do.
I just was kind of.
I was kind of just seeing what Okay, so damn it. I guess I should talk about that later when combat actually starts.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, the graphics look great. It's the Frostbite engine for this game, the Frostbite 3 engine, which is like EA's like kind of like cool engine that they've got going right now. And I gotta say, like, it really does, like, especially when you go into the wide forest, it looks really good. As you can see, there's like little treasure chests. Like, he just picked up a map that led to like some secret item. I don't think we ever ended up doing it, but it's there.
No.
And then you can go around and you can
always made me laugh.
Yeah. You can go around and just kind of like claim locations.
I claim this location for me.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So apparently, I guess the backstory of this game is that some kind of like thing happens with dragons coming into the sky. It's like this horrible thing. It's the land of Thedas.
Here we go. Speeding up.
Yeah,
there we go.
We're gonna go find a little journey. Everybody's like upset. The mages like have a war with the Templars. The Templars are like kind of like just like this big sort of like oppressive group. There's like big civil wars going on, and your party like has to like save the world pretty much. You're the Inquisition, and you're like trying to like hunt down like people that are like sowing like unrest. So kind of like a double-edged sword. Being an Inquisitor is like not necessarily the most glamorous job or the most like morally correct job, and so it's neat because you get to kind of like walk that line in this game. And so as with other Dragon Ages, like there's this situation of like, are my party members happy? Like, am I being a good guy, like in general, to the people that I see in the world and all that? Like, that's kind of like BioWare's thing. It's like all that is going to come back and affect your specific playthrough of the game.
I have to say, one thing that did annoy me while we were playing this is that I had a hard time deciding where to go, just because
there's just a lot to do.
There's a lot to do. Very, very big open world.
I'd say in general you kind of have like a
I don't think so. There are some open world games I really love and cherish.
Well, right. I'm not saying
Red Dead Redemption. I'm
not saying you dislike them. I'm just saying, like, for a completionist, that's got to be crazy.
Depends. Like Far Cry 3, I loved.
Yeah,
that was very open world.
Dude, I loved Far Cry 3.
Yeah.
I didn't even play all the way through that game, but I played your copy of it for a little while. Yeah. It was awesome.
So I guess I'll talk a little bit about the combat. The combat reminded me a little bit of like those top-down superhero games. You can like change perspectives, like Ultimate Alliance or the X-Men games.
Yeah.
But it's
a little more tactical.
It's more tactical than that. So I just thought, hey, you know what? I'll run in there and start raising hell every time, because that's my play style when I play a new game. Just, I want to dive right in. I want to kill some dudes. I don't even look back. Just go crazy.
Yeah.
But a lot of it too, starting out, was I didn't know if I was going the right way. I didn't know if I was going to go there or here.
Like, granted, we didn't like go through any sort of tutorial. We just sort of like quickly got the rundown.
Oh yes, this is where I learned I can fight things.
Yeah, so we just like jumped into this game. Like, you can just sort of like flick up and down and like switch between the party members.
Yeah, you can change it any character at any time by using the D-pad.
We didn't really know how to, like, we got like a quick rundown, and it was like us just kind of like learning by trial by fire. I think that because we even talked with them about this while we were there, of like, if we started from the beginning and we played the game for like 15 to 20 hours.
We would be lost.
Well, like, we would be, if we started from the beginning and played for like 15, 20 hours, we would be like, at this point in the game, we would have a system that really works for us. We'd be like able to succeed a little bit more, but we were just a little bit embarrassed because we like got our asses kicked.
Yeah, I had no shame. I fought a really big dude. And you guys are going to see how that fight goes.
Yeah, he was big. He was a big man. But first we got to go take out the fallen sister. This is like a real mission that we like fully did.
Yes, I did do it.
Yeah.
I did actually win.
It's cool.
So there's 4 classes that we're playing here. We have the warrior, the 2 rogues, and like the caster or mage.
Yeah, the mage.
I liked playing as the Inquisitor, the rogue. He does a lot of crazy damage.
He does like sneaky stuff. He sneaks up and does stuff. This guy's like the ranged version. He like hangs back. You're supposed to sort of send in the warrior, who is the girl character, and she like supposed to like kind of like go in with her sword and shield and sort of like be a problem for the enemies, while everybody else like kind of like snipes off. Like, so she like tanks. The mage kind of like buffs and casts.
So there's 2 ways of this is me kind of seeing. I was like, ooh, I could change parties, but we didn't have anyone in our party we could change out.
Yeah, we just had the 3 people.
Yeah, so that's kind of cool thing to look forward to, having multiple party members you can swap out. That's really cool.
Yeah, that's like a big part of the game. It's just like playing it exactly.
I claim this for me.
This dog statue is mine. My dog.
I own the statue that happens to be a dog.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're gonna head over there to the big sister lady. So there's 2 types of ways to fight in combat. One is it's a top-down view where you can tactically plan your attack, which
it like pauses.
It pauses the battle.
You like pause time. You can be like, all right, you do this. You focus on this. You do this, and then it's like, okay, let's do it. And then you like break, and then you like take over whoever you think has like the most complicated job.
Yeah. Which I have to say, again, I not knowing what I knew then to what I know now was
like
is
look
drastic.
at this forest. Like, this is what I'm talking about. Like, these trees are huge. This is like a big like open area. Like, and it looks really cool. Like, I gotta say, I'm like pretty in for this game. Like, I played the first one, I liked it, but I never finished it. I played the second one a bunch. Again, I never finished it, but this one I want to tackle because I've been looking for some big meaty experiences. And
so right now what I'm doing, guys, I'm pressing down the analog sticks, and you can search
like
for
ping.
hidden.
Yeah.
It's like a ping that like helps you search for hidden items. Hidden loots or like outlines on the floor. Like if you can't see, because there's a lot of like plants and shrubbery and stuff like that. You might be able to see what's on the floor, and you're able to do that when you use that command.
Right.
This is me just.
This is us just like heading to the
Again,
location.
notice how they're having a conversation. That's really cool. Just like casually running, they're just like, we're going to talk about what's currently at stake.
They aren't like predetermined conversations. Like, they change depending on like who you've been favoring. Like, that was like the big thing. Like that she was saying is like, at the end of the game, like you're gonna look back at your party and you're gonna look back at everything, and it's gonna be sort of just like a reflection of your own like play style, so that like you feel cool playing this game no matter how you decide to play it, which is like that's my zone.
Yeah. So in regard to combat, you can the top down thing, you can plan accordingly. Like Secret of Mana or like older RPGs, you can kind of tell person A to do person B attack to affect C enemy, which is great. So I wish I knew how more valuable that was, because when I first started, I just kind of was like, well, I'm going to do my thing, and the other 3 behind me can just do whatever they want. And that wasn't necessarily a good move to do, because you really need to tell them, hey, I need you to backstab this person.
Yeah,
I need you to cast magic. I need you to do this.
Yeah, the way the combat works is that...
well, you're about to see it right now. See, this is me planning.
Well, what I mean is there's these camps. Like, we were just in one when we were looking at our party, And that is like the place. They're like throughout the wilderness. There's camps, and you find one, and then it's your camp. And you can rest there. You can resupply there because every character only has a specific number of healing potions that they can use. So
it's not just specific. It's not specific character. It's the party.
Okay, well, yeah. So there's 8 potions, and it's like this situation where you gotta like be smart about the way that you play because you can only heal for so long at a given time. You can, and like if somebody falls in battle, you can like get them back up.
Yeah.
But like for the most part, you need to just be like economical with your potions and like. So this is a battle where we were like, okay, we're gonna send in the warrior to like cause problems.
Well, this is me. I'm controlling the warrior right now. I didn't know what I was doing.
He just kind of aggroed everybody. That big shielded dude looks like he's gonna be a problem.
Yeah. Each button on the game on the controller has a different function. So a skill essentially. You can spam the right trigger to do basic attacks. So for me, I was just kind of like trying out the different buttons and obviously getting worked. Meanwhile, the AI on your team has kind of been designed to focus either on like who's around you, or who you're focused on.
Yeah, but she was saying that like
you can tell them to do
there's
whatever you like.
There's like a lot of like it's like if you get down to like this percentage health, like that's when it's time for you to use a potion. And like stuff like that.
Yeah, so
like,
you can see right now in the list on the left next to the name, that's the last command that I gave them or that they're currently doing.
Yeah. It's really cool. Like for me, it feels like something a little bit more like the older, like the original Dragon Age is like a good example of how this feels. And also games like, like KOTOR, stuff like that, where it's just like, yeah, it feels very actiony, but like you have the time if you'd like to just like, all right, take a minute. Like, what are you gonna do? And you can see, like, even the game knows that. Like, when you were playing as the warrior,
it's like I'm gonna attack this goat here.
I'm the completionist.
Oh look, great! There's 3 dudes.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna start attacking them as like the squishiest guy in the party.
Yeah, but like the game knows how it's supposed to be played. Like when you were playing as the warrior earlier, you ran in and you were like beating guys up, and you saw like your Inquisitor like go in with his 2 blades, and he's invisible, and he's like trying to like make it. Like make those critical
you're gonna
strikes.
see a few moments where I'm like, I'm invisible, I'm gonna get this backstab, and then I completely miss it because I'm an idiot. I think though, at the end of the day, the important thing to say about this game that being someone who's not really into Dragon Age, who's never really delved that into it as much as I could be, I just know I didn't really care for the other ones. This one was actually the most fun I've had playing them. It just had a different feel. I remember buying Origins and just being like,
I had fun with Origins. I played it on PC. I had the top down. It was like a fun game. I'm like in that zone though. You know what I mean? That's like a type of game that I'm like very like interested in playing all the time. But
this one's a nice blend between like the RTS command and tactical feel and the hack and slash.
Yeah, and it's that way in a way where it's almost like you're getting to like live out your like D&D fantasy.
Yeah.
Like there's enough of it like, turn-based RPG element that it feels like you get to strategize the same way that you would in D&D. Mm-hmm. But you get to see it play out like it's almost like when you play like a chess, like one of those like computer chess games where you like play chess and then
so
it
check
like
it out. Bam! I finally did something right. Yeah.
And then it goes to like a movie of like the queen like taking out a pawn and it like looks really cool, kind of thing.
Yeah. I learned, guys. See, I can play video games. So here we're gonna fight the fallen sister, right? I think
we're about to jump in and take out the sister.
I was double checking to make sure I was in the right place. Where's the like place to go back to get potions? Yeah, I think I just said screw it. We're going ham.
Yeah, I mean,
doing it big. I only had 2 potions left, so
it's weird. It's weird because it's like a little bit frustrating for me because like I wanted to, like, this is a game that for me, like, I would enjoy playing like in private. Like, I just want to sit down there because they were talking about other people playing it who were at the event. Like Jesse was there, Jesse Cox.
Yeah,
and he wasn't there the same time as us, but he played for like 4 hours or something like that.
Yeah,
and like that was like kind of problematic for me because like we ended up playing it for like a pretty relatively short amount of time, I think, for like what they were expecting us to do.
Yeah.
But for me, like it was a situation where I don't want to just play a slice of this game. I want to like
enjoy it for what it is.
Dig in. And so this is like me being like, I get it. I want to play it. Like now just everybody just give me a copy of it. Let me go in my room and like play it for like a week straight.
Yeah.
I devoured Shadows of Mordor in like 3 days. I 100% completed that game.
Sounds about right.
I want to just dive into like a fantasy game and like do it justice. It seems so fun. And the campaign is supposedly like hours long. And if you do everything, like, man.
So right here, I'm
he's like trying to plan his like approach.
Yeah, it's cool because see, the right trigger during this mode advances time, so you can kind of see without
like what
rushing.
People are gonna do.
You can see how your plan pans out, and then plan accordingly.
Yeah, because like
this
then
auto attack
you can
kinda
be like,
setting.
all right, we're gonna try this. Oh, the enemy like compensated by doing this and this.
Yeah.
We're gonna compensate by doing this. And you have the time, like you have the time that your characters are strong enough that you can like do that. You get to stay alive for a long time, even after you make a mistake. You know,
Yeah.
Like the game isn't so hard, except for later. But that was, I think, our bad for trying to go somewhere where we weren't
That was
supposed
my
to go.
bad.
Yeah.
Oh, I got greedy because I saw. You'll see. You'll just see.
But like this was really like I felt like we were really doing great for a while.
Yeah, I felt like I was getting the hang of it. You know,
There
my
she is.
party was getting real wounded, but I was like, you know what, we're gonna
Wait,
win.
Is that her?
Yeah, there she is. There's the boss.
Is
Bam.
it her?
Yeah, it is. I think it is.
I can't remember what she looked like. This was like a couple days ago we did this.
Yeah, so I was like, oh god, what do I do? I healed myself, and then I healed her, and then I think it was a matter of, well, we're all dead, so let's make this count. So what I had them do was I had all of them focus on her, because Sister Crew's still over there, and then I think I switched over to the other last minion, the last two minions to make it work.
Yeah, and then like the mage did like a lot of work because she, like, luckily like we had a mage with some like electricity spells and
Because that was the weakness. Yeah.
This game's cool, man. I'm like geeking out. Like I really want to play it. Like I always like wished that there was a fantasy game that was as good as KOTOR and that was as good. And like Dragon Age Inquisition seems like it might finally be that like game that I wanted Dragon Age to be the whole time. Did you ever play the Mass Effect games?
No.
They were really,
I own them all, and my friends are obsessed with them.
They were really fantastic, and like a lot of people compare these games as like almost like two peas in a pod, and that's like not necessarily correct. I think that Dragon Age is kind of like its own thing that is kind of like inspired by some different things, and because of the fact that it's fantasy, and because of the the kind of like old roots that fantasy have, and like with gaming. And like the way that it's, always been about like RPG and like stats and stuff like that. I think you get a little bit more of that in Dragon Age, and that's, I think, really cool. And especially because they mix it with stuff that you'd see in something like Mass Effect, which is like the, character interactions, like the social interactions, like the more like dating sim inspired elements of BioWare games. And, also just things like lots of collectibles, lots of like side quests.
It's definitely what Dragon Age Inquisition is leaning towards right now.
Yeah, and I think that's awesome. Like I'm really ready to do this type of game. Like
so what you guys are seeing right now, I know there's a lot kind of happening / not happening. Whenever I stop the screen, I've been changing out commands and attacks to kind of try and keep
see what works.
Yeah, see what works. Like I said, your R trigger, the RT is like your basic attack, but then all the buttons do a different spell or command, and so I, stopped in there, was switching all of them out, and boom, we killed her.
Yeah, no problem. Grab the loot. Got
Soul
this cool
Kisser
mace. So now we're gonna be able to look at how the item system works. So when you go to the inventory, it's like you have. Whatever weapon you're holding, this guy has he's two-handed, he's a rogue. And then you can like, look at this one and then you can compare it to this one. It's like pretty clean, it's pretty good. You can like watch your stats go up in the corner there. and then it's switchable back and forth. So we decided like this mace was really cool, but it's for the warrior only, we realized. So we had to go give it to the warrior. But also, I asked her about the color of the things, and she said that like green was normal. I think it was green that was normal. Blue is like rare, purple. So it's kind of like Destiny in that way.
Or really any game that has a drop system.
Well, I mean, literally the colors are like the same colors as Destiny. Almost. Blue is rare, purple is legendary or epic or whatever. But yeah, like, dude, any game with loot is like my weakness. Like Diablo, Borderlands, Destiny, like all those games where you get like good loot and good drops, and you have to like fight the same boss a lot of times. I don't think that's this game. I think this game it's more about like just finding the loot you need. But
now I did ask about multiplayer because I'm always curious about multiplayer. I think that multiplayer is kind of like usually a second thought if it's not like the most important.
For me, like I feel like we're actually finally moving away from it just because of like the functionality of new consoles being able to make things like Drive Club and Destiny possible. But like there's definitely that trend of like every game needing to have some multiplayer component. But actually BioWare kind of has a history of making kind of good one. Like the Mass Effect multiplayer in Mass Effect 3 was actually like really quite fun, and when we asked her about it, she said that there's a similar style of multiplayer for this game, right?
Yeah, but it's not very cooperative. It's very much versus.
Well, right. That's how Mass Effect is as well.
Yeah, I don't know, because to me, I guess I thought sorry if the microphone hits. To me, just because there's 4 people in your party, I just automatically assumed, it's drop in, drop out co-op, or it's like,
Yeah, but I think. But
then it diminishes the point of the game, so
yeah,
I get it.
Yeah, I think Dragon Age. Yeah, you gotta like the whole point is like, you want to get that sort of like, you want to feel like the characters are real, so they don't want to sacrifice that, even though it's fun.
So I fast traveled back to the original base we started at because I ran out of potions, and I knew that if I was going to go somewhere else, that I would cause problems without any kind of healing. Our team was pretty wounded.
So this is kind of like the loop of this game. This is like kind of like how this game works. It's like you go out, you do a quest, you finish the quest, you go back to a camp, you like get ready, then you go back out and you do a quest. That's like kind of like the, get loot, whatever, swap out party members. There's kind of like an action phase and then like sort of like a like refueling phase. And like respecking phase. And so we decided a lot
of my problems that I had, and this is just me with the game, was that I forgot what buttons did what a lot of the time. Because it seems like every button has a specific purpose. And so that to me, we're going to fast travel there. Or faster travel rather.
Speed up the film
travel. Claim! It's mine.
Yeah, that's to me that's like another one of those things where it's like it's hard to like go in and like do a preview of a game like this because this game's dropping you in 33% of the way through the game. You haven't been able to like build up to the complicated controls like you would if you've been playing for 10 hours.
Yeah.
But that's just kind of like the challenge of like previewing a game that takes like 150 hours to play.
Yeah.
But it's like like a lot of the mistakes that we're making here have to do with the fact that like Jirard just like learned how to play this game completely
as
like
you guys were
10
seeing.
minutes before. Yeah.
Not even 10. It was like this button does this one go. I'm like,
yeah.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, I don't want to say that is like
no, it doesn't contribute to it though.
I wouldn't say like the controls for this game are too complicated. I would just say like for us previewing it,
I remember like being stubborn. I was like, I have to plant that there.
I will claim this.
I will claim this. And once again, getting lost as usual.
Yeah, we got like pretty like at this point we were like pretty into the game. Like we kind of like were like talking to each other a lot. We were being like, all right, go here. Like, let's do this. Like, let's handle this part. And we decided to go over here, and then
this is where I really started to learn how to play the game, and then I just ruined it for us.
Then we were a bunch of dummies. So we went back to the mine, I think, for some reason.
We went to the left of the mine because I wanted to go there. I wanted to go get a new base. That was my That was my train of thought. Go to the new base, claim it, so we can get more potions and rest
bigger
up.
territory to be safe in.
and more fast travel, more location.
Exactly.
That was my intent, and I don't think it panned out as well as we're about to see.
I love those cave paintings on the left. That's really cool. I really am excited about this game.
Oh, look at that. Oh, hello. Yep, hello, hi.
Giant floating book guy.
Ruined it. Sorry, I'm invisible. And yeah.
Screw up that magician. I'm excited because I don't 100% remember everything that happened now.
Oh, I do.
Oh.
I was going crazy. I just was like, I will
stabbing
kill you.
a dude in the chest over and over and over again with like knives as long as your arm.
Oh no, we're about to see that moment.
Yeah.
Or a moment rather, it was really funny. Yeah, so I really figured out how to use the rogue. It was nice to kind of figure it out altogether.
Yeah, you're playing it
Smoke
like almost
bomb.
like LOL or something like that.
Yeah, just smoke bomb, sneak, backstab out of the sneakiness, follow up a few attacks, run away, smoke bomb.
Just like get in the bushes, never leave.
I love the bushes. Bushes are where I live, yo.
You will die in the bushes.
I will die in bush.
It was never my Inquisition, Solas.
I was kind of running around, figuring out what to do. Of course, the priority is to pick the rocks off
Pyro
the
fight,
yeah.
of course, which we have. I
Never-
think there's an
no.
upgrade system that you can like upgrade your equipment as you go through the game with items.
Yeah.
But we didn't play the game long enough to like.
Thus, I have no
We didn't play the game long enough to get to any of that. Did you see that note that we just picked up? It was like a real-time note that updated the events of the game. Like when you are in the elevators in Mass Effect and you hear like, oh, like this has been going on in this system, and it's like stuff that you did, or like in Grand Theft Auto when you hear like news
Okay,
reports.
hold on. This is it. Watch this.
Oh yeah,
Guns are blazing. I'm running in. Hi. Bam. I missed my attack.
just
missed
like
my
jumped
opening
into
attack.
the soup.
And 6 dudes just are like, what was that?
Yeah. So that note that he picked up was already talking about how Sister Cousteau had fallen. And so that's a neat. I just thought I'd point that out because it's like a neat thing of like the world sort of like reflecting like what you did.
Everyone get ready for the downfall.
This isn't even it
This
yet.
is where but this is where it starts.
Yeah, this was a tough fight. This was I think this was the beginning of the end for us.
Yeah. Again, me taking my time.
I think that probably the game is you're meant to spend more time in each of their bodies like per battle.
Yeah.
But like I don't know, like you got pretty good as the rogue, so like
Why change this to anyone else? Yeah.
up and then you died.
So now I'm someone else.
And then you can go find them and revive them.
Yeah, so right now I'm rezzing him.
They're gonna heal everybody.
Now, mind you, the original intent of this video, or rather this part of the video, was to find a new base so I can get more potions to avoid problems that you see right now, and instead I wasted 7 potions in this fight.
Yeah. So then we carry on, we're like, damn it. And we were like, oh, Peacewood, that sounds good.
Yeah.
That sounds safe. That sounds, you know, not like a huge threat that will end
Well,
up.
my train of thought was, well, you know what? There's a camp nearby. I'll walk over, claim it for myself, pitch a tent, rest up, and I'll be good to go. Little did I realize that in most games where you do this, you need to liberate the enemies first.
Yeah.
So I just thought, hey, I'll just go in there and put up a tent. When really, I just ran into a surprise attack.
Yeah, this is like this is just like a fortress. See that dude back there?
Oh yeah, that dude's my best friend in a few moments.
That dude's name is Butch. And he had a problem with you. His name is not actually Butch.
Here we go. I'm like, yeah. All right. I didn't want last time to happen. I wanted to get a successful attack, but it just wouldn't work.
What the attack button was?
No, I wanted to do like a backstab, but it like wouldn't do it without like exposing myself incorrectly. So
You were just like, forget it.
Forget it. I'm
in.
just going to attack. Bam. Bam. Those combos.
The real thing I think that got us here were the archers. Yeah.
Those things. I didn't realize they were arching.
Yeah.
Archers got to arch, you know?
Yeah, archers got to arch. Dude, look how big that freaking dude is. Commander Duhaime. More like Commander Doom. Am I right?
Commander Doomed.
Electricity
Doomed
vulnerability,
to enemy.
immune to physical effects. So all the different things that we did to Sister Cousteau, like we chilled her, we like taunted her, we like sundered her, all this stuff. He's completely immune to all that stuff. So, you know,
Good luck.
I probably don't have to tell you how this turned out.
Yeah, it was pretty embarrassing.
We died. The woman was like politely smiling at us, and we were like, "We're gonna go ahead and go."
The guy, I admit defeat.
They were so nice to us for being so like noob to this game.
Yeah.
'Cause even in Dragon Age 2, it's been like a couple years.
Yeah.
It's been like a while since I've even touched that game.
Yeah.
But that said, I like.
Well, hey, I don't know if you guys knew this, but Origin is offering right now
you
Dragon
can
Age
get-
Origin free.
Yeah, and I might pick it up
free.
again.
All I gotta do is just press free.
Yeah, go get it.
Press the free button.
Go get that. And I will say that we are not being. Our opinion is not being dictated by.
There's no censorship in this entirety of this
Yeah,
video.
I am honestly excited about the game. Jirard, maybe a little bit less than me, but
I think you guys can tell what my opinion was.
yeah, I think he definitely enjoyed what he played of
It
it.
was fun.
But yeah, like I really am excited. I was like thinking about like the whole time that I was playing this, like watching Jirard like try and plan this out. I was like, okay, like if I started from the beginning, like what would be my strategy? Like would I get this guy? Like how would I do it? Like buff my warrior like a lot, and then like buff the attack stat only of all my other guys, so the warrior like draws all the damage, and I'm like blah 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 blah. And so like that was my whole zone with this.
Yeah. The commanders started to terrify me the most. That's why I started doing the slow-mo to see.
Well, he's by far the hugest problem. Look at it. Boom. Just crushed it.
Yeah. He got some stats to them. Look at that. Shocked.
But he's like totally immune to.
Yeah, he just doesn't care.
Yeah.
It looked impressive, all right?
We had our eyes on the prize the whole time.
I got greedy.
Yeah.
I got
Don't
greedy.
let anybody tell you different. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I really do like. I really think this was a cool little experience, and I'm thankful that EA like thought of us, brought us in, let us do it, and it's fun. The Super Sellout Bros thing is like really working out. Like,
Yeah, thank you guys for being so supportive. We didn't know what to expect.
I really did enjoy the sort of like response to our Sims video of it just being like, you guys are idiots, but I love you. This is another situation of us just being like, well, we tried to kill a guy that we just couldn't kill in Dragon Age, so.
I think that's why Super Celeb Bros would be so good, because it's just like we're playing games we don't know.
Yeah, and even now, like I'm just sitting here like, oh my god, this is horrible, and like I'm like, I gotta get this.
Oh, we're losing horribly, but I want this.
Yeah. So we're out of potions. We were like, the mage has electricity. Maybe we can get him.
I'm like, yeah, don't worry. I'll just go ahead and I'll heal my party. I got this. Don't worry, guys. Yeah, he's back up.
The archer was
He's
like,
back up.
what's up, dog? Remember me?
Switch to her. Already the archer back down. I don't know what my train of thought was.
He's just swinging that thing around like.
And now we're... Oh, I'm gonna die. Claim it
Might as well.
anyways.
I may die, but this is going to be my statue.
I made my stats by claiming this territory, and you will end me. I don't know why I thought running away was okay.
All right.
And there we go.
So yeah,
All right, guys. There you go. Dragon Age Inquisition.
comes out November 18th. So go check that out for 2 days before you play it forever.
Yeah.
Be careful. Don't
right.
get sucked in.
Later,
Actually,
man.
do get sucked in. Let me know. Let's all play it together. Later,
We
man.
can't play it with one another, though.
I know, but we could play it next to each other.
All right.
And talk about
All right.
share our stories.
All right. Later, man.
Later, man.